Entertainment World Soldier here, and I'm back to talk about Star Trek Picard Season 2, Episode 8, and my thoughts on this episode. Wasn't really good, a lot of problems, why can't they get this right? And, my god, could you bring Q back a little bit longer than 2 fucking seconds an episode? I mean, for fuck's sake. This episode didn't feel good, there's just a lot of problems. And I just want to get on with it now, because, Picard is just annoying to watch. Just annoying to watch. So, I'm just going to go straight to spoilers now. My rating for the episode, it's a 2 again. It's just not getting any better. So, you don't want to hear spoilers. Leaving 3, 2, 1. So the episode starts off with a kid in a forest being chased by somebody. Then the kid trips over and breaks his flashlight, and then the scene ends, and then we go back to Picard and Guinan in what seems to be an interrogation place. And it turns out that they are in an FBI safe house or something, where the FBI guy from the last episode who arrested them is now questioning them. So I think we can all tell at this point, this guy is the fucking kid from the forest, who is now thinking that these two are aliens. And when he says that to the both of them, they just start laughing and thinking you're insane, they're both human. You know, trying to make comedy out of it. I didn't really care. Yeah, I didn't really like the interrogation scene because it really didn't feel like an interrogation. It kind of just felt more like I'm just going to ask you questions and you two are just going to blatantly lie to me, and then at the end pretty much just convince me to join your side, because that's what happened. Never did it feel like an interrogation. Never did it feel like Picard's life was ever in danger, or Guinan, or anything. It just felt pointless to watch. Especially when you know this is obviously the kid from the forest, and there's obviously some emotional bullshit we're going to have to deal with the fucking kid. Now I want to do the whole Picard, FBI crap first, because I just want done with this. Like, Picard used to be a good character. Next Generation used to be a fantastic series to watch. Now I can barely get through them, because of the incompetence of these fucking writers and how much it pisses me off of what they've done to Picard. So this whole interrogation stuff was a waste of time, and all that happens in these interrogations is the guy questions them, reveals a shitload of proof that these are extraterrestrial people, because Picard was seen in a video beaming into the street where Guinan was, and they find the fucking badge. The fucking badge from the fucking hospital. Nobody took the time to go grab that thing. Nobody. You were there for an entire fucking day. I genuinely thought they were just going to forget about the badge, and, it wouldn't just be, we'd find it somewhere, ridiculous, and it just feels like they're taking the piss now. So they were there in that hospital for all that time, and nobody thought to grab the badge. Rios did not think to grab the fucking badge that he left. Jesus. And this whole fucking interrogation scene just seems completely stupid, because you have proof of Picard beaming in. You have an alien technology in your hands, and everybody from the FBI higher-ups don't give a shit. You have all this proof, and nobody gives a shit. Oh no, they actually explain this. Oh, he didn't really tell his bosses any of this. He just told these bosses. I'm not really sure what he told them to get all this equipment and men and manpower and shit. I'm not really sure. Because whatever he told them must have been convincing enough for them to send all this equipment to him, to allow him to have all these agents, but still not enough for them to send somebody decent, somebody to make sure that they're not real aliens. this whole fucking interrogation plot was ridiculous. Because at the end, he teams up with them because we find out at the end about the story about him in the woods and how he apparently just came upon a couple of Vulcans. Because again, the only fucking species to ever get to Earth before everybody was the Vulcans, and apparently they just kept coming and going over Earth. Even though from Enterprise we know it was very rare for Vulcans to come near Earth. You know, a backward planet, far away from anywhere the Vulcans would ever travel. We saw an entire episode in Enterprise where we were told by T'Pol about it. Like, how the fuck can you be... How can you just watch any Star Trek? If you're going to talk about the Vulcans being on Earth, type into Google episode Vulcans Earth and you'll find T'Pol's episode. It's right there, you dumb fucks. But apparently the Vulcans have been to Earth before. And apparently the Vulcans tried to do a mind meld to the kid, which screwed up the kid because he thinks aliens are now terrible. By the way, massive problem with the fucking Vulcan, thing. Mind meld, sorry. A problem with the mind meld. We saw Enterprise. They kind of outlawed that stuff in the time. T'Pol's people kind of didn't do that for a very long time. It was kind of frowned upon. So some random fucking Vulcan apparently just used it on a human, even though it's a bloody sin in their culture at this period of time. Watch an episode, writers. Just watch. Again, this is why you can't give idiots who have never watched Star Trek a Star Trek show, because they just drop into every fucking hole. Jesus. The Vulcans outlawed this fucking practice ages ago. It didn't come back until T'Pol and fucking Archer found that fucking thing about the PAR or something. Anyway, fucking writers. Anyway, so after he tells the story to Picard, Picard tells him it was a Vulcan mind meld. These people aren't threatening. I'm from the future. Are you going to team up with us? And he just says, fuck it, I'll throw away my career because you convinced me. I mean, Jesus Christ. Again, they're trying to say this kid was mentally fucked up by this whole thing. And just at a dime, it will just turn the dime and just say, fuck it, I'll just team up with you aliens. Because who the fuck cares about, telling a fucking realistic story? Jesus, I want to get to the Soon stuff now, because I can't be arsed to deal with his story, because it's so obvious Brett Spiner was forced into this show. And also, they needed to put Soji in this show for God knows why. I mean, God knows. This whole story, I couldn't give a shit about it. Apparently she's a clone. We don't even find out what the fuck she is, by the way. I mean, we know she's a clone, but we don't know why he made her. Like, we never find that shit out. Just stick to one story, writers, because you can only cope with one. So apparently Soji's a fucking clone. She's also fucking... she's doing an investigation of herself. And she then questions Sun about his fucking what she is and what he's done. They have some sort of bloody argument, but oh yeah, I forgot the Q scene. Q was apparently in the computer that Soji was using, and Q gave her a cure to let her out of the house, and so it's called Freedom. So she takes the fucking cure, questions her dad, and then fucks off. Don't know where she's going because she ain't got no fucking money and has not been out of that house her entire life. But, oh yeah, freedom! Like, where's she going to go? You're in it's 2024. You're going to need money. You can't just walk out into Los Angeles and just survive. I mean, I get the fucking point they're trying to make it. Oh, she's this tough bitch. She's gonna fucking, stand up for herself and walk out and do her own thing. What's she gonna do for money? Where's she gonna live? Like, where are all these things gonna go? Like, where's she gonna get it? Where's she gonna get all the food she needs? The money. Oh, bloody hell. Again, it's just to have a virtue signaling moment where she gets free of a man. Which is so fucking shit. And then soon just goes off and drinks. Doesn't chase her down, doesn't pull a gun on her, doesn't do anything. Like, didn't he have a plan B or something? But apparently she's his life's work and now he's pissed off. But then we get to... hang on, I forgot the Rio story. Rio story, about 10 seconds. Rio's fucking kisses the nurse. The nurse is fucking hops for him. He then has a conversation with the kid. Then he figures out the ship's transports have been fucked up. There you go. That's Rios' story in its entirety. That's all he did. Oh, and the kid had some cake. I mean, that's literally his entire story. There's nothing else he did. Nothing else. Christ. Anyway, to the main event. Because this is the main thing now. We have completely forgotten about the rocket launch, about Renee. We've completely forgot about all that. Because the thing we've got to focus on now is Agnes. And Agnes being a fucking queen. So Raffi and Seven go on the hunt for her. They look at the bar. They go to the bar she attacked and question the manager. But the manager has to make sure these people are not cops because he's concerned that she may be mentally ill and cops can't deal with that. Okay, you've had your window smashed. It's going to cost you a bit of money. Now, yes, this is LA and I've heard a lot of shit about LA. So maybe this is genuine. Maybe, you can just smash in somebody's glass window and they don't give a fuck. So, fine. I got no problem with that. And then it was basically a shot at police because, if you're mentally ill, they're just going to shoot you because that's the implication here. So Seven just assures him and says, no, I'm her friend. I just want to make sure she doesn't get hurt by the police. Can you tell me where she went? And he just says, oh yeah, he went somewhere over there. She went somewhere over there. Fuck it. So they go look for her. They find a dead body. Seven then has a shit moment with Raffi. Because Raffi tells her to remember being a Borg. Now, if you're a Voyager fan, we've already gone through all this shit with 7 and 9. Her transforming into a human, her dealing with being a fucking Borg. We've done all this. But apparently the writers want us to go for it again in a shitter, dumber way. Because 7 and 9 seems more of a shame to be a Borg. And when Raffi calls her a Borg, she gets insulted. It's like... Seven fucking she stood in front of people that the Borg had assimilated and didn't feel ashamed. Like, there was an episode in Voyager where a species that literally had their entire civilization taken over by the Borg, and Seven didn't give a fuck, and when they called her Borg, she didn't care. But Raffi calls her a Borg, and it's like, oh my god, she's just called her a cunt or something. Oh my! They have ruined 7 and 9. They have ruined that character. They really have. Anyway, so Raffi and 7 have a fight. They look for Agnes, but they find a body, and apparently the Borg Queen's trying to assimilate people. And again, the problems with this. Why is she bothering? Like, why does she care? Go to a fucking satellite place. Ring up the Borg. They're around. You can just ring them and they'll be here. At this time, the Borg still have a shitload of technology. Just tell the Borg where to go. Oh, but so Agnes, the Queen's plan basically is to try to assimilate the planet Earth now on her own for some dumb reason. And I mean, good God. And she's trying to assimilate random people because, you know, she's supposed to be bloodthirsty killer. She tried to assimilate some dude. Then she couldn't assimilate him. Then Seven and Raffi find Agnes eating metal. I think that's what I saw her doing. So apparently this is her trying to fix herself because she needs to assimilate metal so her body so her body's nanites can function properly, because it's not functioning correctly. And she then has this weird fight with fucking Raffi and Seven. Seven gets her ass kicked. Raffi nearly gets strangled to death. And then we have this moment where the Queen's about to kill Raffi, but Agnes forces the Queen to stop, and then the Queen just walks off in apparently this shitty little power pose bullshit move. And yeah, that's it. Then Raffi and Seven figure out from the phone she's going off to find Dr. Sun. They also have this fucking moment between Raffi where Raffi tells Seven about how she kept Lego Boy in Starfleet, and, you know, it's her fault he's dead. Even though he's going to come back from the dead soon. I mean, we all know that shit's coming. Anyway, so Sun and Agnes meet each other. Agnes tells the Doctor about his future and what it could be if she listens to him. He disagrees because that's about it. Doesn't ask for any proof. Just says, fuck it, I'll help you because my daughter or clone just ran off on me and I did nothing to stop her. And apparently Dr. Sun has so much, you know, power that he can just get access to the Space Observatory or something, and also has contacts in the military where he can just ask for a Black Ops team for Agnes. And then we get a scene between Picard and the rest of the gang, who then decide they're going to try to stop, you know, the Borg Queen, and they're going to head up to the Space Observatory to try and stop her. Then we go to the scene between Agnes and the Special Forces people, where Agnes then starts to assimilate the Special Forces people. 'Cause that's interesting, apparently. Not ridiculous in any way. Like a general just hands off a fucking Black Ops team to a random doctor for fucking hell. Like, how do you not see this as ridiculous? I mean, Christ. A fucking Special Ops Black Ops team. Come on. How did you go? How? It's so fucking dumb. Oh, and then the episode ends with one of the fucking Black Ops people being assimilated. Oh, this episode really didn't do anything but piss me off. I mean, I'm fucking done. Like, what a waste of fucking time. Like, this show is just beyond pathetic at this point. Just pathetic. And that's the end of my review. I'm sorry, I'm just really pissed off right now. But if you like the video, that's the end of my review. If you like the review, give it a like. If you dislike the review, give it a dislike. And do think about subscribing if you like my content. Hell to Fandom S. Long live CG. Fuck SJWs. Bye.